Greetings, traveler, and welcome to Amez, the magical kingdom of sand. We do hope you will enjoy this guided tour throughout the castle and surrounding territories. As we make our way to the main entrance of the castle, you will see the fine handiwork of the bridge. They say it is so sturdy that even a giant could walk across it. Now, we have reached the arched entryway, and up above you will see the watchtower and a flight of stairs carved directly into the mountain. We now fly overhead and begin to zoom in on three peculiar buildings. These buildings make up Windsor Palace, the home of the King of Amez and his queen and 4 princes. Below the palace and surrounding the entirety of the mountain is a mysterious forest. It is said that each tree was hand-sculpted by the giants themselves. And now we come to the Temple of Kishlafu. This was built by the people of Amez in tribute of the giants who built their kingdom. We now reach the summit of Mount Bidlup, the highest peak in all of the kingdom. In reality, a dormant volcano long overdue for an eruption, the people of Amez believe if they sacrifice criminals to it, then it will not erupt. Now, as we head to the opposite side of the island, in the midst of the forest, you will see a dark and foreboding cave with carefully carved steps leading down to a pristine pool. This is a private area reserved only for royalty, called Rizzy Spring. As we head up the steps, you will see Corfo Cave, where they go to relax after a dip in the spring. We now leave the main island and cross the river to encounter strange buildings of unique craftsmanship. The village of Flib is said to be the oldest of the 5 villages. The Flibish seek to be one with nature, and as such, model their architecture after the trees. They prefer to stay out of kingdom affairs, except when it comes to matters of natural preservation. We leave the village of Flib and continue to make our way down the river. This is the Iktar River. It is regarded as the life force and unifier of the kingdom. In the middle of the river lies Narsh Island. This is not actually an island at all, but the remains of a shipwreck said to be haunted. It lies near the deepest point of the Iktar River. Past Narsh Island, we get our first view of the backside of the main island. Overhanging cliffs make it essentially impossible to reach Pronkalushu. This is a mysterious but sacred site. Shamans from all around the kingdom will climb it to communicate with the giants. It is separated from the rest of the castle, and surrounded by the mysterious Ebspoo forest. They say many strange things have happened in this forest, and many people are afraid to travel through it, and if the forest doesn't stop them, then the mighty inner wall of the kingdom will. This was built to stop invaders from reaching the king and his family. We now return to the river, and in the distance you can see the peculiar village of Jop. It is infamous for its dome-shaped rooftops and its stunning views of the kingdom and the river. The Jops are secluded and known to be a bit eccentric and strange, but they are very hospitable and friendly to visitors. We now leave Jop and return to the river. This particular area of the river is popular for its smooth, luxurious beaches. People flock from all around the kingdom to enjoy its calm waters and a relaxing day at the beach. We now come to the southernmost end of the river, where it is halted in its flow by Klunkett Dam. The Iktar River once flowed into the sea, but when sea levels began to drop, the dam was built to preserve the kingdom's precious water. Few people have left the borders of the kingdom to visit the sea, the original source of their water. As we turn and follow the river back to Amez, you can begin to appreciate the true immensity and awesomeness of the kingdom. We cross back over Klunkett Dam and we are back in the Iktar River, and we zoom into a particular area of the Ebspoo forest. Lumbo Pass was a project approved by the king so that travelers superstitious of the forest could visit the inner wall. To the west of Lumbo Pass, we encounter our next 2 villages. On the right is the village of Shun, recognizable for its steepled dome-shaped huts. The Shuns, unlike the Jops, are not very welcoming to outsiders, and they are fiercely loyal to their king. Shun has long been in a feud with its neighboring village, just across the river. Opposite to Shun in every way, from its architecture to its beliefs, Zarfuba is the most technologically advanced of the 5 villages. The Zarfuban way of life is all about progression and power, as suggested by its state-of-the-art towering skyscrapers. Though Zarfuba and Shun are constantly fighting for the king's favor, the one thing that does connect them is Lake Glup. The condition of this ancient lake tends to reflect the relationship of the 2 villages it sits between. Unfortunately, it's usually muddy and dry and disconnected from the rest of the river, but hopefully, one day, these 2 villages can make peace at last. Connecting Shun to the king, both literally and figuratively, is Hinka Dam. This body of water was once part of the Iktar River but was cut off by the dam and is now known as Lake Molzu. Crossing over the lake, we arrive at our final village, Dong. Known for its distinct, almost bell-shaped structures, Dong is the most hostile of the 5 villages. Dongs are very independent and secretive, and have been known to plot against the king. Despite the stunning views of the kingdom, visitors are strongly cautioned against traveling to Dong. We now make our way along the outer wall sculpted of many highly defensible watchtowers. And as we reach the end of Lake Molzu and arrive back at the main bridge, we have gone full circle throughout the entire kingdom of Amez. Congratulations, traveler, you have reached the end of the tour. But before you go, let's do a quick recap. Mount Bidlup, Windsor Palace, Corfo Cave, Rizzy Spring, Flib, Pronkalushu, the Iktar River, the Unza River, Narsh Island, Jop, Ebspoo Forest, Lumbo Pass, Clunket Dam, Zarfuba, Lake Glup, Shoon, Hinker Dam, Lake Molzu, Dong, and finally, the Temple of Kishlafu. And that concludes our tour through the Kingdom of Amez. Thank you for joining us. Please come visit soon.